to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
We have a responsibility to stay high because kids are watching us. If you need to go low at home. Do it with your kitchen table, with your spouse.
Yes, he knew my position and my beliefs since the day we met. And I believe in individual freedom.
Remember when Melania Trump got caught red-handed stealing Michelle Obama's speech? The internet exploded faster than Trump's Twitter rants. Side-by-side videos went viral, showing Melania repeating Michelle's words like a kid copying homework. What happened next was even more embarrassing than Trump's spray tan dripping down his face. The Trump team tried blaming some mystery speechwriter, while Michelle just sat back and watched the chaos unfold. But Michelle's comeback, that's the juicy part we're about to reveal. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So let's break down exactly how bad this speech theft really was. It wasn't just similar ideas, folks. It was word-for-word copying that would get you kicked out of community college. Melania stood proudly at the 2016 RNC podium, looking like she'd spent months crafting her heartfelt message about American values and hard work. But within hours, the internet did what it does best. It pulled out receipts faster than Trump pulls out of international agreements.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
And I tell him that, I give him my honest opinion and honest advice, and sometimes he listens and sometimes he doesn't.
We're trying to get out of the White House and realize that it's not that easy to get out of the White House when you're in it.
Side-by-side videos showed Melania saying exactly the same lines Michelle had delivered 8 years earlier. Not just similar ideas, but the same exact words about your word being your bond and working hard for what you want in life. The plagiarism wasn't subtle either. It was like copying your friend's homework, but forgetting to change the name at the top. Entire paragraphs were lifted straight from Michelle's speech, like someone had just hit Control-C, Control-V, and called it a day. The Trump team's damage control efforts made everything so much worse. At first, they just waved it away. Oh, these are just common words. As if Michelle Obama invented the concept of hard work. When that brilliant strategy failed miserably, they moved to Plan B, find a fall guy, or in this case, a fall gal. Enter Meredith McIver, the unfortunate speechwriter who got thrown under the campaign bus faster than Donald Dump's wives. She released this sad little apology letter claiming she included passages from Michelle's speech without Melania knowing.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us.
Go on the plane and off the plane, and it was for the people and for the left wing media.
To confront that fearful mind and to realize that that's the part of me, and so many of us have it, that don't want change. We don't like new.
The cherry on top, McIver wrote that Melania always liked Michelle Obama, which is kind of like saying, I stole your car because I'm such a big fan of your driving style. Not exactly the damage control home run they were hoping for. While all this was happening, Twitter was absolutely losing it. The hashtag number FAMOUSMELANIATRUMPQUOTES went viral, with people imagining Melania borrowing everything from MLK's I Have a Dream speech to Beyonce lyrics. Social media users had a field day mocking her with fake quotes, turning the whole scandal into a comedy goldmine. Late night hosts were practically salivating over the material. It was Comedy Christmas in July. The whole fiasco perfectly highlighted the difference between the two first ladies, one who could write and deliver meaningful original content versus one who couldn't, one who spoke from personal experience and conviction versus one who apparently found it easier to just copy-paste someone else's life lessons.
You work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're gonna do.
My parents impressed on me the values that you work hard for what you want in life.
Yeah, I lived a lot of time in this place.
Yeah. We were good when it was time to go. No, it was really a beautiful experience.
Who are criticizing me, and I want to show them that I don't care. You could criticize whatever you want to say.
What's worse than getting caught stealing someone's speech when the person you stole from responds with such perfect timing and class that it makes your theft look even more pathetic? While the Trump family was busy fumbling through excuses, Michelle Obama was quietly demonstrating why she's the chess master they never saw coming. The genius of Michelle's response wasn't what she said, it was what she didn't say. Complete silence. No angry tweets, no press conferences, no public meltdowns. She let the scandal marinate in public consciousness, while Team Trump tripped over themselves with increasingly ridiculous explanations. Talk about strategic restraint. Michelle knew something the Trumps never learned. Sometimes your enemies destroy themselves better than you ever could. When Michelle finally did address the convention mess, she didn't even need to mention Melania by name. At the Democratic National Convention, she simply delivered that now iconic line, "When they go low, we go high." 4 simple words that said everything without saying anything directly.
On to the many generations to follow.
Set out to build lives guided by these values and to pass them on to the next generation.
My husband, as commander-in-chief, he was leading the country through peace, through strength.
The audience erupted, immediately understanding the subtext. This wasn't just a catchphrase, it was a surgical strike disguised as the high road. But Michelle wasn't done with her masterclass in elegant revenge. While Melania struggled through stiff, overly rehearsed public appearances, Michelle popped up on James Corden's carpool karaoke looking completely relaxed, singing Beyonce tunes and having an actual personality. The contrast couldn't have been more obvious. One first lady comfortable in her own skin versus another who couldn't even be comfortable in her own words. The knockout blow came when Michelle released her memoir Becoming, which sold a staggering 10 million copies. The book was filled with her original thoughts, experiences, and yes, her own words. Meanwhile, poor Melania's Be Best campaign was struggling just to explain its purpose or point to any meaningful achievements.
Treat people with dignity and respect, even if you don't know them and even if you don't agree with them.
That you treat people with respect.
It's my story. It's the story of the vast majority of Americans trying to build a better life.
In deciding their preference in having children based on their own convictions, free from intervention or pressure from government. Had you spoken to President Trump about that before you wrote that in the book?
One woman created something millions wanted to read. The other couldn't even create an original speech. The situation got under Donald's skin so badly that he whined at a rally. "She hit me the other day. I was going to say to my people, am I allowed to hit her now?" Classic Trump, not understanding that Michelle's effectiveness came precisely from not hitting anyone directly. So here's the real legacy of Melania's copy-paste disaster. It accidentally created the perfect contrast study that Americans needed. While Melania was busy stealing words, Michelle Obama was building something real. As our research shows, one first lady built a legacy on real work and authentic connection, while the other seemed more concerned with photo ops and fashion magazines. Talk about a self-own. This whole mess revealed something deeper about both women. You can slap on designer clothes and memorize someone else's speech, but you can't fake genuine substance. Michelle didn't need to clap back on Twitter or make a big scene. Her actual work spoke louder than any stolen words ever could.